All right, well, I just kind of feel like it's time to do a parts inventory list. So it is November 2024 right now. So let's just kind of see what kind of mess I have. Let's start in the back room here. my lighting's really bad. So I have a flashlight. So let's check out what we have. And this is going to be scary. This is a big mess, but there's a lot of parts in here. Okay, alternator. A bunch of stuff down here. Calipers. Bunch of stuff underneath. Some worn out forks. More spindles. Little pans. Transmission parts. All right, all the way across here. Transmission parts. Everything's sorted. Transmission parts. Timing covers. Belts. Slave masters. A couple timing things. A set of lines. Yeah, more trans cases. More trans parts. Dipsticks. More trans parts. Lights that need to go up. Shifter. Parts. All of the brackets for the neon. There's, I mean, e-brake stuff. There's some aftermarket stuff. There's some wiring. Okay. Fuel lines, more belts, ECM brackets, hood props. All right. Some aftermarket fuel rail here. I don't know what's this here. Timing stuff. More brackets. Anything that you need. Brackets, brackets, brackets. There's brackets down underneath. More brackets. Alright. Try to keep this stuff somewhat organized. I think this is just a bunch of miscellaneous stereo wire that was pulled. Here's some parts. There's some parts. There's some parts. Rack and pinions. Pump. Racks. Yeah. Rack and pinion. Power steering lines. Pumps. Fans. We'll go across the top. Radio bezels, more fans, a dash. Shifter bezels, interior panels. I think that's maybe a set of shifter cables if I put them together. Boosters, fuel rails, more pumps, some intakes, throttle body, some lines, lower heat shields, axles. Some of this stuff has just been sitting in here, so it gets kind of rusty. Miscellaneous parts. Lots of brake calibers that are perfect for rebuilding. What are these? Evap containers. All the metal lines for around the engine. A couple heater boxes. Clutch pedal assemblies. Across the top. Starters. Alternators. Lower charge pipes, some cold air kits. Everything's kind of just a mess there, so nothing's perfect. We have transmission mounts back in here, battery trays. Most of these are always rusted when you pull them. They can be cleaned up, painted. There's hold downs and everything else in here. Brackets, some AC lines. Look, boxes full of more stuff. This one's falling out the bottom. So look, there's trunk, hood, and horns. AC units, wiper units, more pipes for the motor, wiper blades, more miscellaneous. Let's hit this one. E-brake handles, taillights, hinges, a airbag and body modules, more taillights, jack kits, vents, or visors. This is just a single, so it doesn't really matter. Side metals, more seals, sunroof seals. A dash. Look, sunroof assemblies that need going over. Double checked, fixed, repaired, so they can be installed and used and enjoyed. Here we have another box full of more parts. Another dash. A fan. There is a whole bunch of windows back here for neons. Sunroof glass, another dash. Some motor mounts. Interior parts. Yeah. thermostat housings, more parts, another box of junk, another box of junk. Look at this, another one, another dash. That one has a cluster in. I was just using this as a pad for my seat because we pressed wheel bearings in here the other day, but that is a lot of stuff, okay? All right, so when you come out the door, I still have a good bit of axles in here. I have a flywheel for a Clutch Masters disc. I don't think there's really too much up here, but that's a mess. Here's 1, 2, 3 transmissions, an 05 wiring harness, some headlights. Let's try to get down through this side. Here's a part. This is for a job that we're doing. This is for a job. We got an AC unit. That goes in the car that we're working on. I've got filler pod, gauge cluster, ECM. It's kind of hard to tell because there's a bunch of bushings, neon bushings. I've got bulbs and other things over here. There's a computer set. There's a key fob set. Oh, there's a box. That goes with this. All right. Here's a motor that might go in my blue car someday. A couple headliners. Vacuum line assembly. All right. Like I said, this is just mess on mess. I can never get cleaned up. Here's a transmission I got to redo. Here's a whole bunch of gear. Gear assemblies, input, output shafts. Look, there's a diff. There's another one. Anything else over here? Oh yeah, here. This is all transmission bolts. This is, check it out. Transmission parts. I think there's some stuff in here. That might be truck stuff. There's a couple. I think there's transmission stuff in here. Some pieces. And that's all these, that yellow bucket, those boxes, all full of bolts. Now let's work our way around here. Okay, I got two. This is a junk pile. Those are for a car. That's a Dart Trans. Some truck parts. 2 fuel pumps that could be used for something. There's not really too much more around on this corner. There is an engine block. Everything is greased. It should go out and get bored because it has a little bit of scarring, but the rest of the block is gorgeous. Over here, we started sorting out nuts, bolts. We got like little clip stuff, some more little clip stuff, front lower brackets, like transmission backup, alternator cover, rad bushings, knobs. Like there's an injector. These are for the back seat, wiper covers. I mean, here's some more things to go into my battery hold down. I said it's all plastic clips for the fuel line. Timing cover bolts, crank bolts. Like, I'm trying to get stuff sorted. Timing cover bolts. I'll be getting in here for some stuff. All right, intake bolts, fuel rail bolts, some exhaust manifold bolts, all in there. That's a nice heavy drawer. All right. Engine mount bolts, suspension bolts, front and rear. These ones always seem people lose and damage them. Not sure how. Okay. I did miss one more spot in here. Let's go check this out. Well, on this level. So, over here, I have small stuff sorted out. Bulbs, knobs. These are, I think these look like handle for behind the rear handles, and then it's AC knobs, ABS sensors. This is just a miscellaneous box of rubber pieces, clips, push things together, trans cable clips. What's in here? All right, there's a couple shift boots in there and some other miscellaneous sensors. Here's more window cranks, some speakers. Hopefully you can see, 'cause I'm not sure what's in that one. This one here is all full of sensors, sunroof stuff. This is for when I get into doing some custom fuel lines, but I got like some other brackets and stuff in there too. this is a lot of stuff to go through. All right, let's go check out this attic. There's not much room up here. This is about 3 or 4 feet tall. All right. So we have rear deck covers, some steering wheels, cowl covers. Here's a box full of stuff. There's like 10 or 15 clusters here. This one's wiring, good pads, steering wheels. Over here, I don't know if we can see, a bunch of rocker moldings. Door moldings are right in there. Sure, what, I don't even know what's in this box. I don't get up here and dig through stuff. Oh, trans fluid. That's transmission fluid. All right, more. Over here, these are the front lowers, some airbags, some seat brackets, floor mats. There's 3 wings. There's a box of stuff. I've got a header for a Dodge Dart. Here is a box. Looks like that's probably an 04 body harness there. Some Mustang stuff, some truck stuff. Look, door panels, washer bottles, more door panels, more door panels, back lower seats, armrests. Those are Ram truck windows. More small interior panels. Like I tried to put some of this stuff in some containers down there, but it was just turned into too much, so I just started tossing it up here. So these should be front and these should be rear. There's a look, AC bezel. So it just gets pretty crazy because there's so much stuff up here. Trying to get stuff cleaned and somewhat organized. I started out with lighter items up here. Like I said, that's a Mustang seat, and there's just some other stuff. Rear foam. There might be a front foam over there, but that's mostly all rear bumper foams. Like I said, there's 3 wings. So that pretty much finishes out our attic, and there's more to see. All right, so this is a little carport storage area that I have. But let's check this out. Right now I currently have a 2.0 neon motor, runs and drives, or ran, I guess you could say. The car did drive, the training was good. Some parts can be pulled off this for an Srt4 if we go that route. This is a bad motor. It's one to replace, the person needs to pick up. This is a bin full of vacuum lines. There's nothing in here that's complete. If you go through, you might be able to make a couple sets. Now, up here, these are all bins full of stuff. Mirrors. This is some of the interior stuff. I mean, throttle cables, hood cables. Lots of these are full. There's one back there that's full of coil packs, wiring, more miscellaneous wiring, interior panels. This one here, I'll pull this up, all full of turbo lines, and then that small bin is full of bolts, clips, anything small for the turbo. All right, so there's all these bins are full of stuff. I have some pictures which I can insert there now. And over here we have more parts, alternators, intakes, brake parts, piping, stacks of wiring. There's a set of seats here, some steering columns, a couple exhaust manifolds, more parts. This right here is about 25 T850s. They've all been gone through and tested. They all have issues, whether it's third gear, first gear, or something where they are not perfect, where they could be resold as good used. They all get tested, all right? Simple enough. There's more back seats. Down here we have front assemblies, rear assemblies, some kind of suspension stuff. There's a couple struts, but they are pretty much gone. There's some seats, 2 doors that need to go out of the way because they don't really do too much. Like I said, some miscellaneous seats. This is full of hoses, vacuum hoses, radiator hoses. We have 1, 2, 3 bins. That's door seals, plastic pieces, interior panel pieces. There is a lot of Mustang parts in here, some Dodge Ram truck parts. Stuff is kind of transitioning out of the neons. I'm trying to get more into doing trucks, but there's still a mess of stuff. Like, here's another transmission case. Like I said, everything out here is a mess. I have 2 parts cars right now, and some other parts. Let's go look at that stuff. Okay, I just pulled these fenders. We have a set of Srt4 wheels. I tell you, there's a lot of truck stuff. Now back in here, I have 2 rear bumper covers left that are in good condition with no tears, no damage, and no previous paint or repair. All right. Now over here, this car here we're going to be pulling apart. Obviously I'm keeping this set of wheels because I think I'm going to put them on my orange car. We're going to be parting this out. I'm keeping this shifter, but anything that's in here I'm going to be getting rid of. So we have another set of seats that can be reupholstered. There is some interior panels in here. This whole drivetrain here I'm going to be getting sent out and passed on to somebody else that can use it. It does run and drive. This transmission's tested. Just like to do stuff that way. Okay, not much here. Like I said, this thing has high miles. Rust down across it. The underneath's pretty ugly. This is this SXT. I just parted out. I will be pulling a lot more off that. I'm probably going to cut the front core support. If any of these doors look like they're good, I'm going to try to get rid of those. I thought about cutting the roof skin off to keep it because it has no sunroof, and if somebody was interested in that, they could use it. It just has 1 dent here, which you could easily fix when you're reinstalling it. I think the trunk is okay. The rear support in the back needs to come off also. But that's it, man. That's all the neon stuff. A vast collection of stuff. Like I said, there's still plenty here that needs to come out. I think that the carpet might be usable. Doesn't look like there's much wear through the floor mat right in this area, but the floor mat was bad. So I got to pull the seats. I'm going to inspect that because carpet for these is just not available. So that's a good place to get this. And pick off some of the other smaller items off of this car to use. Because this thing is going to probably pretty much here get filled up with stuff and become a... Man, I hope there wasn't all that dust when you were trying to see the video, but get this thing cleaned up, fill it up, send it in, and they can recycle it all at the scrapyard. But for neon parts, that's what we got. It's a big pile. We really do need we need to do a spring or fall cleanup with this stuff and get some reorganization going. These cars have not been available to get all too often. That's why we actually have a regular neon. I'm trying to get like regular PT Cruisers because of the engines, and these engines are very hard to get for the turbo Srt4s now. So that's some of what we got going on. But in simple, like I said, there is no more parts available. They just don't exist. The cars are just disappearing really fast right now. So people are fixing what's left, and they need some parts, so I'm willing to share.